Krista, if you do get reconnected, please feel free to jump in at any point and just let everybody know what's going on. In the meantime, I'll just tell you all that I am going to be presenting on behalf of Ex Libris. Michael North is here to present on behalf of ELUNA. And we're so excited that you joined, and we're so excited about how many people joined today and are interested in these sessions. So with your permission, I'm going to go ahead and just start talking about Knowledge Days. And when Krista gets reconnected, we'll let her go ahead and come back in and pick up any information that I may have missed. So just one last request to please check and make sure that you are muted. And I'm going to go ahead and move forward with Knowledge Days. So again, my name is Ray Cheney. I am the Global Knowledge Delivery Team Lead for Ex Libris. And essentially my role with Knowledge Days is to put together all of the content, to look at what questions are coming in, look at what new products we have, and try to figure out what really would be the most valuable for our customers who choose to join us. As you probably already know, we're in Los Angeles this year, which is very exciting. And the Knowledge Days component takes place on Monday and Tuesday, May 4th and 5th, right before ELUNA. So I'm just going to dive in to my presentation here, where I'm going to talk to you about what, let me go ahead and get this going, what Knowledge Days is, who should attend, a really quick look at the agenda, just hitting some of the highlights of why you might be interested, a little check-in about our support desk, and some registration info. So let's talk first about what it is. So Ex Libris Knowledge Days is 2 days of product training. We have 44 lectures, demonstrations, and discussions. Just a reminder, please go ahead and make sure you are muted at this point. Thanks so much. It's also hands-on product training delivered directly from Ex Libris staff, and we choose our experts to be the ones to deliver this. We tell you to bring your own device so you can follow along in your own environments. And we also at Knowledge Days have an excellent drop-in support desk, which I'll talk about a little bit more in detail later. What products are we talking about? Primarily ALMA. That's the key product that most of our sessions are around. The next one being Primo, and I will say specifically Primo V is the highlight of what we're covering this year. We've also added a session about Leganto, Rosetta, and this year we're including a session about Rapid ILL, one of our newest additions to Ex Libris. Who should attend? We really are looking for novice through intermediate users. So this means if your institution has gone live within the last year, or maybe you're just about to go live, if you're new to your role in your library, if, we want people who have a general sense of what's going on in ALMA, but not by any means the experts. So if you are just for whiz-bang, like you got this all under your belt, Knowledge Days probably isn't for you. Maybe Developers Day would be a better fit, and Michael's going to talk some more about that. But really, we're looking for people who kind of have the basics and are ready to just start growing their understanding. We're talking to functional staff operators and librarians, and then we also are looking for technical staff operators and systems librarians. I'm going to ask one more time if we can mute, and Ayana, if you wouldn't mind, you can take a look and see if anybody's audio is working, and you can mute them from behind the scenes. All right, so let's talk about tracks. If you take a look at this document, you will find this same document over on the Knowledge Days website, and I'm going to go ahead and throw a link to this in the chat so that you can see for yourself. And this link takes you to the website where you can see descriptions of everything I talk about, detailed information about all of the sessions at Knowledge Days. So highlights. We've got all of our sessions divided into tracks to help you kind of organize your time while you're there. ALMA 101, perfect for newer users. Maybe you've kind of just got the basics down, you're ready to learn more. ALMA 201 is if you're a little more advanced. You can skip the intro, you're ready to dive into the details. ALMA Analytics, I think you'll be pleased to see this year we've really rethought analytics, and I'm excited to show you here in a couple of seconds some of the new things we're bringing to our analytics track. Discovery covers our discovery platform, so Primo V and Summon. We've also got our resource sharing tools, how to get the most out of them. New this year, we have added consortia. So this is something that we've had in the past, but this year decided to bring back. we're in California. We've just added a ton of new consortium members. We've got CalCom, Cal State, and then we've also got a ton of consortia that have joined ALMA in the last year. So these tracks are specifically for you. We brought back our post-implementation configuration, which if you're ready to start integrating with external systems, these sessions are for you. And then another new thing this year is the ALMA Administration Bootcamp. So if you know you need to get your certification, but you've kind of hit a wall with going through the online training and you just wish that there was somebody that you could talk to, this is your opportunity. This ALMA Administration Bootcamp, we're going to have one of our best implementation consultants, Sheree Perks, is going to be here, and she's going to be assisted by another fantastic implementation consultant, Carolyn Sprague, and they will be delivering live in-person coverage of the content that you find in our ALMA Administration Certification Training. This will help get you prepared to take that exam and give you the opportunity to have somebody live that you can ask questions to. So just want to hit some highlights through the schedule. Something new we added this year is this APIs and integrations for the non-technical. We know APIs can be scary. They can seem intimidating. This is a cool session that's going to show you some of dipping your toes into the water of API in ways that are really helpful in ALMA but aren't too overwhelming or too scary to start with. Take a look at our analytics session. We've got analytics happening both days. This first day is the Connie Braun show, so she's going to be delivering a bunch of content, but you'll notice she has sort of rethought the way we've approached it compared to previous years. I really invite you, again, to go check out the website and look at the session descriptions, and because she's really given some thought into how to make these very useful and also really specific to some of the functional areas in ALMA. Again, I'm going to highlight the consortial track. This is for all of our new consortium members. You'll notice especially the second half of the day has a lot about the network zone. We know that that's something that I think we could all understand a little better. So this is a really great opportunity for you to get in and learn from one of our incredible experts, Megan. I'm also just going to highlight here the ALMA Administration Bootcamp. The important thing to note, if you decide you want to do this very, very cool admin bootcamp, note that it takes the whole day, both days. So if you choose to do it, you are not going to be able to do anything else at Knowledge Days. You are there in that room focused on just getting through your ALMA administration certification. I'll bring up a point. You do not take the test during the boot camp. It's all the preparation you need. You go back to your hotel room as soon as you leave, take the test, get it done. But the test will not be done on site. All right, let's take a look at day 2. Here, we've got a lot of new content in our ALMA 101, especially on day 2. So I'll highlight, we've got this automating workflows. I love this. The customer success people said this is for people who are wondering if there's any way that ALMA can do tasks auto-magically. I thought that was a good word. But this is just a good way to take advantage of what are workflows you can simplify, what are things you can make ALMA do for you. We're also adding a session about ALMA and ProQuest book integration. So if you're moving into using ProQuest books, Oasis ebooks, that session is going to cover all of that. Another one I'm really excited about is this, how to use acquisitions when you don't have time for acquisitions. We know that when you're going through implementation, acquisitions, sometimes we just don't have the time to get into it, right? And oftentimes it seems like this is too much work. It is just not worth the time. Jenny is going to show you the ways that you can use acquisitions that really aren't that intimidating to get into and are so, so worth it in the end. They will save you so much time. So even if you think you don't have time to do it, this is going to show you that it really, if you just do some of these simple things Jenny is going to walk you through, it's worth it. We've got configuration and cleanup with Matt Warnock, one of our customer success members. Now this is if you have gotten through your implementation, you're on the other side, you're using ALMA, and there's some things that just don't seem right. There's some settings that seem a little off, or maybe there's some data that you know it needs to be cleaned up and you just haven't really sat down and done it. He's got some great resources, ideas for ways that you can get in there, tweak those configurations, and do that cleanup. Last, we've got this Leganto session that covers both ALMA and Leganto best practices for course reserves. So we're hitting it. If you just have ALMA and not Leganto, cool. This session's going to cover you. If you do have Leganto, it's also going to cover you. Take a look at our second day of ALMA Analytics. We'll see that most of the sessions this day are going to be done by Joel Kortic, including starting in the morning with a live Q&A session all about analytics. He is going to give preference to questions that he gets in advance. So if you know you want to attend, you know you've got a burning question that you would love for him to answer, please send it to him. We've got the information on how to reach out to him both on the website when you go look at these details and when you register, there's information there. And then you can see that he's introduced quite a few new sessions, including the second half of the day has a focus on doing data visualization, which will be really cool. We are going to offer a session on advanced discovery and delivery of your digital files. So this is talking about the new ALMA viewer, how to customize in Primo Studio. Take a look at the agenda, the website to get more details about this new session. And then we also are going to be, you all hopefully have already heard of Rapid ILL, but getting all of the info about this newest product, this really interesting new approach to how we can handle ILL, a new vendor on the market. So I'm excited to learn more about it, and this is your opportunity to go kind of get the dirt on what's going on with Rapid ILL and see if it makes sense for you. Again, just highlighting that the ALMA Admin Bootcamp, if you sign up for it, that's what you're doing. That's your day. You won't be choosing any of these other sessions, but it will be worth it. All right. To highlight, our drop-in support desk is going to be Monday and Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. This is your opportunity to go talk to all of the support people that you interface with over email and through Salesforce tickets. This is your chance to meet them in person, take a question that you've got for them, follow up on an open ticket. Basically anything you want to do, just go in and say hi. If you just want to see the person face-to-face that you've been communicating with, they would love to talk to you. They're just camped out in a room all day waiting to talk to you, so take advantage. Last is our registration info. Again, this is all on the website. I just want to bring to your attention that early bird pricing is going through March 23rd. So if you know you're going to come, and I hope you are, please go ahead and get in there and register now so you can take advantage of those savings. You'll see we have another tier of pricing that ends on April 6th, and then starting April 7th, we have the highest rate. So yay, early bird pricing, go for it. Quickly, I see that there were a couple of questions. I just want to answer them. The first question is, there going to be a session on Esploro? No, there is not, but if you're interested in Esploro, please keep your eyes open in the next, I would say, month or two. We're going to have a whole new set of training videos coming out. So if you're looking for more information, we're going to have some more on our website. I also got the question of if this session is going to be recorded, and it is. We will have this recorded. We will send out a link to the recording. I get another question about last year's Knowledge Days had more repeat sessions. So if you missed a course on day one, you could take it on day two. And this year we don't have many that are repeated. That's true, but that is something that could change just depending on registration numbers. We built the schedule based on the customer surveys. So if you didn't take it this year, I encourage you next year when you see that link come through, please take it. It helps us determine what we're going to do. If we find that we've got sessions that are super duper popular, we will duplicate them. We will add in another session. So we're keeping a very close eye on registration as it occurs. So reach out, and then just generally let me say, please look here at my email address. If you have any questions about Knowledge Days at all, I am so excited to talk to you about it and happy to answer any questions. We got a question for the link, and it looks like, thank you, Ayana just posted it. Will the recording be sent out after the conference? Yes. The recording will be sent out. Oh, wait, are you talking about, are we going to record the Knowledge Days conference? In that case, the answer is no. We do not record sessions of Knowledge Days. However, we do make all of our presentation PowerPoints publicly available. You can find them on the Knowledge Center. Once I finish presenting, I'll throw that link up into the chat just so you can go take a look at that, because we have all of our previous year's content, and the same will be this year. We'll include PowerPoints. Unfortunately, we just don't have the technology in place. We don't have the budget to actually do live recording and live streaming of it. So if you want to see the sessions presented live, you got to come to the conference. But if you're talking about just today's presentation, this is definitely going to be freely available for anybody to watch after we are finished. Um, so I think that wraps up my part of this. And Krista, I don't know if you want to jump in. If not, I'm going to go ahead and hand it off to Michael.
Well, I want to thank everyone for attending this webinar about the ELUNA 2020 conference and what will be available to you there. This conference is a great example of collaboration between the user community and vendors to provide valuable information and training. I'm going to start by sharing some background on our theme this year, followed by what the ELUNA organization is for those of you who are new to us, and then share some of the ELUNA conference programming and logistics. I hope you come away from this webinar with a good sense of what the benefits are in attending what I think is a very important library conference. This year's theme is 2020 Vision for the Libraries of the Future. It's sort of a nice play on 2020 vision. At last year's conference opening, I shared thoughts on the theme, Data All Around Us, the role of libraries in this new data environment, and what libraries need to be on the lookout for during the current period of digital transformation. However, digital transformation equals digital disruption, which brings us to the fourth industrial revolution, sometimes referred to as cyber physical systems, the merging of capabilities of both human and machine. This is an era of artificial intelligence, virtual reality, genome editing, biometrics, 3D scanning and printing, autonomous vehicles, and the IoT Internet of Things. Libraries are faced with this new disruption from both the patron research service aspects and the software application aspects from both locally developed or vendor-provided applications. Libraries need to be thinking how they will deal with this digital transition and decide how to provide the appropriate services, be it with technology or by providing data science services. And I'll be expounding on that at the conference. It's a mouthful. So I just thought I'd give you a teaser. ELUNA stands for Ex Libris Users of North America. It represents an international user community in North America, which includes Canada, the Caribbean islands, Central America, Mexico, the United States, and beyond. We are a fast-growing organization, and currently we have a membership of 1,500 plus institutions. ELUNA's mission is to provide educational opportunities and to advocate for the concerns of the user community directly to Ex Libris. We accomplish this by having an annual conference, we support regional user groups, and by providing a series of listservs to support needed communications among ELUNA members and Ex Libris. ELUNA has several different lines of communications between the user community and Ex Libris. We also work closely with our sister organization, the International Group of Ex Libris Users, known as EGLU. There are three components of the ELUNA conference. First, as already discussed, there is the Ex Libris Knowledge Days. Then there are two ELUNA events. We start with the Developers Day Plus event, which runs from Monday afternoon through Tuesday, and this is followed by the 3-day ELUNA conference. The Developers Day Plus event is on the same days as the Knowledge Days. There are various registration options depending on which events you want to attend. Developers Day Plus. We call it Developers Day Plus because it used to be 1 day of presentations, and now we've added a half day of workshops. This is a day-and-a-half event where the user developer community and the Ex Libris developers come together to learn from each other and share developments and integration projects. The goal of this is to highlight community projects, foster collaborations, and give ELUNA developer community an opportunity to engage directly with one another and Ex Libris development staff. Here's the schedule and some sessions for Developers Day Plus. Institutional developers are working with the Ex Libris developers to bring new integration, functionality to Ex Libris products. If you are a developer and you are interested in using the power of Ex Libris products beyond the out-of-the-box functionalities, Developers Day Plus is the place to be. So I put up here two of the workshops, Alma webhooks and APIs in Node.js, and building cloud apps on the Alma platform. The first workshop is by a customer developer, and the second one is by is from the development team at Ex Libris. So both Ex Libris and the ELUNA organization developers partake in these workshops. Here are two of the sessions, 16 presentations. It's a single track, transforming SIS patron data extracts into Alma compliant XML using Python, and using APIs to increase efficiency in a remote storage facility. This is one of my favorite aspects of the ELUNA conference, is being able to sink my teeth into some serious development work. After Developers Day Plus and the Knowledge Days, we have our 3-day ELUNA conference. The conference starts with the opening reception that will be held Tuesday night, which is free to ELUNA attendees. There will be a first-timers reception starting at 6 p.m., which then rolls into the rest of the reception at 7 o'clock. So we want to have an opportunity for everyone who's a first-timer to meet each other, meet with the steering committee staff and with Ex Libris staff between 6 and 7 p.m. And then from 7 to 10 will be the rest of the opening reception. Wednesday morning at 9 a.m., we have the kickoff for the ELUNA conference. I will conduct an open and welcome session, followed by a couple of plenary sessions by Ex Libris, and then we'll get right into our exciting ELUNA program presentations. More than 166 sessions will be presented over the 3 days, and we're going to showcase a few of them a little bit later. We also have Ex Libris sessions, sponsor presentations, product demos, and regional user group meetings. It's a lot to get 166 sessions all in there. Sometimes we run as many as 12 to 14 tracks simultaneously. Last year, we had 111 people at the conference, all going from one presentation to another. It was kind of like a large anthill. So we find it extremely exciting. There's lots of information, and all products are covered. We realize that everyone needs to be able to, justify the cost of the conference to their library administration. We believe this conference offers a tremendous value to our ELUNA membership. To assist in this process, we have created a document that highlights the value and benefits of attending the ELUNA conference. Some of these benefits include getting help for what your institution really cares most about, raising your institution's profile, attending a highly interactive event, networking with your peers, and the overall low cost when compared to other conferences. So when you're submitting your conference travel requests, be sure to include some of these benefits of the conference. A valuable aspect of this annual meeting is the presentation of the Ex Libris product roadmaps for each of these products. It is extremely important to see what is being developed in future releases of Ex Libris products and to be informed about new product development. Now, I'd like to share some of our interesting presentations to give you an idea of the wide range of what we are offering this year. The hardest part was picking only a few out of the 166 plus presentations that will be available to you during the conference. Every Ex Libris product is covered by user presentations and Ex Libris updates. With all of the presenter sessions, there is something for everyone. This package of conference presentations combined with the ELUNA Developers Day Plus and Ex Libris' Knowledge Days is a great opportunity for learning and networking. Be sure to check out the session schedule due out within the week. So some of the kind of interesting sessions that I thought I would point out. The first one, robot uprising, automation from content management to quality control. Well, that sounds like a fourth industrial revolution presentation if I ever heard one. Then we have analytics panopticon, monitoring your electronic collections from every angle. Discovering archives, integrating archive space with Primo. These types of presentations are of great interest to me because I have a great interest in integrating Ex Libris products with non-Ex Libris products. And so here we have archive space with Primo. Strategies for new and seasoned ALMA administrators. Also, we have strategies for calculating student savings from Leganto. The many ways to deliver digital content using Rosetta and ALMA. Customizing Primo VE Mark 21 normalization rules for local display. And then usability testing and Primo VE customization for beginners. So there's a lot more than that, of course. I just thought that would give kind of a sense of spread of the types of things that you'll be able to attend and learn from. We continue to get more library industry sponsors every year, which just demonstrates recognition for the impact and importance of the ELUNA conference to the library industry. Flagship, platinum, and gold level sponsors have an opportunity to give presentations and show how their products add value to the library mission. I encourage everyone to attend these sessions and learn how products can integrate with Ex Libris products and add value to the library. Now let's look at some conference information and logistics. Registration is expected to open on March 2nd. This slide shows the registration timeline. There are too many pricing options and combinations to put here. We used to do that, but print would be too small now. It would crowd the page with all the small print. There are many individual rates and combination rates between the ELUNA Conference, Knowledge Days, and Developers Day Plus, including speaker discounts, single day attendance, and early registration discounts. So use the URL address and see all the pricing options that are available to you. For the best price, be sure to register during the early registration period. There's a significant price break for doing so. You'll save money that way. I would also note that we do have a cap of 1,400 people for this conference based on its location. Last year we had 1,100. So I would, and we're still growing, so I would recommend that everyone register as quickly as possible to ensure that we don't hit that cap and have to turn people away. That would be a shame. There are many people who are involved with conference planning. Every product has teams of people working on creating the presentation tracks. I thought I would point out the leads of each section of our conference planning. Putting together a conference like this that supports more than 1,000 attendees is a very hard job to do and is performed totally within the ELUNA organization. We do not solicit outside help or organizations to do the planning part of it. So I want to say thank you to all of them. I will give a unique shout out to Laura Morris and Shay Beasley, who do major heavy lifting in conference planning. So I've placed on this slide links that are related to the ELUNA 2020 conference. These links provide the answers to questions concerning hotels, local sites of interest, and registration. In the near future, before registration begins, actual program session listings will be available, and the links will be available within the ELUNA 2020 website. So this concludes my quick ELUNA 2020 presentation and my quick tour of what you can expect at the conference. If you want to contact the ELUNA Steering Committee or myself, please use the email addresses that are listed here. I want to thank everyone for attending this webinar and listening to what Ex Libris and ELUNA are doing to provide a wonderful 5-day experience in learning and networking. Thank you very much and hope to see you there.
All right. Sorry for those technical troubles on my end. I just want to take a minute to thank Ray and Michael for their overviews and just make sure that it's clear, as questions might arise, Ex Libris is putting on the Ex Libris Knowledge Days event, and ELUNA is hosting and organizing the ELUNA Developers Day and ELUNA Annual Meeting. So if you have any questions on the two events, it is, we work together to plan it, and they're happening over the same week. But make sure to follow up with the right parties, and we can help get people to the right place as well. These three events are happening over the same week. As you may have noticed, Knowledge Days and Developer Day overlap with one another. So I just want to make a note, if you're planning on registering, you're kind of choosing one or the other, you can do Developers Day and the ELUNA Annual Meeting, or you can do Knowledge Days and the Annual Meeting, but it's not actually possible to do all three. So as you might have noticed on Michael's slides, we are opening registration this coming Monday on March 2nd. And we do encourage you to register between March 2nd and March 23rd to get the best available pricing. If you're attending over Knowledge Days and the ELUNA Annual Meeting, and you're an ELUNA member, there will be a lower rate, so be aware of that. We've provided a few addresses to both the Knowledge Days page and the ELUNA Annual page. Note that it's actually the same registration link for all three events. So you only have to register once, regardless of which one or ones you're attending. So on Monday, look out for announcements on the listserv or emails from us. We will push out a recording of this session, including links for quick registration on Monday once we're officially open. We will also be pushing out information on reserving your hotel room at the Westin Bonn Adventure in Los Angeles, which is where the meetings will be taking place. And I just quickly wanted to point out that Ex Libris offers three scholarships to attend ELUNA if you're a first-time attendee. So I encourage you to go check this out. If you haven't attended ELUNA before and you think that you'd benefit, but you might have a hard time finding the funding to do so, we offer registration and up to $1,000 in travel reimbursement for 3 people who write the most inspiring essay of how maybe you are making the difference, just like Christine Moulin did. So I encourage you to look into that if you have not been able to attend the ELUNA Annual Meeting before. And then now we'll open it up to Q&A, and we'll help Ray and Michael get the questions that you may still have unanswered.
Michael, I did notice there was a question about whether or not there's going to be a concentrated Esploro component at ELUNA or Developer Day.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that just for a real quick minute. There will not be a concentrated Developers Day component for Esploro.
It looks like we have a question about the Esploro component. Someone had a similar question about the conference. Will there be an Esploro component?
There will be. Yeah, there are several presentations on Esploro. There will be sessions by early adopters. One thing that we are doing is at ELUNA, we are officially starting an Esploro work group, and there'll be a chair for that group, and there'll be members selected.
I'm not sure if you heard the question. I know from an Ex Libris perspective, we have a few sessions, and I believe that there was 2 customer sessions covering Esploro. So I know that it will be spoken about during the during one of the plenary sessions.
Yes.
And there should be 3 to 4 more sessions.
Yes, that's, can you hear me?
Well, I can hear you. I just let them know that they maybe are not able to hear you.
Okay. Yeah. There are going to be customer sessions. There are going to be Ex Libris sessions, and an official Exploro work group will be started this year at ELUNA, and one of their tasks will be generating a Exploro track of presentations, a more fully fledged track for the next ELUNA. So Exploro is moving forward, and we're very excited about that.
Do we have any other questions at this point? We'll give it a couple more seconds just to see if anybody else comes through, but if not, we are so appreciative of you joining us today. We look forward to seeing the registration numbers come in as it opens up next Monday, and hope that you will go take a look at both the Knowledge Days and the ELUNA websites. And really, I know Michael and I both would be so pleased to get to hear from all of you. A great question about where can you get this PowerPoint so you can use the links. We'll include a copy of the PowerPoints whenever we send out the recording. And just a heads up, the recording, we probably will get it sent out tomorrow. It takes some time for it to process, so it probably won't be today, but hopefully by tomorrow we'll get it out. Michael, there was just a question about the average room rate at the conferences. Do you know that? Or Krista, maybe, if you know?
It's actually, it's available on the ELUNA 2020 local information website. The link is available. However, I'm looking at it right now, and we have single and double rooms reserved at $175. And then there's triples and quads and suites. I have been told that the rooms of other hotels in that area can be a little bit expensive. And so we were able to get a good price for conference attendees. So another reason to register early and get your reservations in is to make sure that you do get a block hotel. I will say that if you have any questions, feel free to send it to myself or the ELUNA Steering Committee. If you have problems with getting a reservation, also send that to the Steering Committee, because we have people who are working on those things.
And we just got a question that would probably be better for Krista. Is the estimated travel time from LAX, or maybe Michael, you also know?
I don't have the minutes off the top of it. There, again, on that same local webpage, there is a listing of the different, Los Angeles International, LAX, it's 18 miles to the hotel from LAX. And there's a estimated taxi cost associated with that. So on the website, you can look at, it lists all the different airports that you can go into and how far they are away from the hotel, and an estimated cost if you go by taxi. So that's going to be a good place to start. And there's also some links to related websites having to do with travel from airports to the hotels.
And Maggie, thanks for jumping in with helpful information too. This is the joy of presenting to librarians, is that everybody is helpful. So thank you for providing. She gave us an estimated Uber price of about $30, so that's helpful. Oh, and here Christine also mentioned that you can take a very nice bus for $9.75. So that is awesome.
Well, those are both a lot cheaper than the $49 estimated taxi fare. So whatever you feel most comfortable. Yeah.
All right, y'all. Any other questions before we call this a day? All right, well, what a gift. We all get 15 minutes added to our day that we didn't know we'd get. So everybody have a wonderful day. Again, reach out to us, and we'll be sending out the recording and these slides hopefully by end of business tomorrow. So thank you again for attending. Have an excellent day. The question, should you register if you plan to apply for the grant? Yes, go ahead and register and get yourself secured. If you're chosen, then we're able to reimburse you. But go ahead and do register so that you have a spot saved for yourself.
Yes, thank you everybody for attending. And hopefully we'll see you at ELUNA. It's going to be great.
See you in Los Angeles.
Yeah.